Hi, guys. We are so excited. We are finishing up this series on self confidence. This is our last part of the self confidence series. It's six traits to a confident person. We're going to go into more details. I'm going to let Crystal take it over and just give you more info.
Yes, this is really exciting. This is, as Dan said, part three. And so this is all about the traits that we should see in ourselves as we work on our self-confidence and as we become more confident in ourselves. So there's evidence that shows that women are less self-assured than men in general. And in order to succeed, confidence matters as much as confidence. So, ladies, it's not enough to just have the skills and the education. We also need to be really self-assured and confident in ourselves. So, as a disclaimer, as before we start into the six traits, everything starts in the mind. So if we're constantly being put down or we have a lot of negative self-talk about ourselves, that's the first place where we need to start. It takes practice to build confidence. However, we're just hoping that as we go through these traits to help on your journey, that you will definitely build confidence and see these traits bloom through your journey. So here we go on the six traits. The first one is we apologize when we're wrong.
Yes, I think this is such an important trait to apologize when you're wrong, to take accountability for your actions. For example, sometimes you think you're right and you may go to somebody else. Yeah, I know what I did. This is the right thing. You're so confident in being right instead of making sure that you know the right answer. And sometimes you have to go and apologize because you were wrong and correct yourself. So there's nothing wrong with apologizing. There's nothing wrong with taking ownership of making a mistake. And I think if you're confident in who you are and what you do, you have no problem in apologizing. So I really love this one.
Excellent. Number two, it's really good to have a positive outlook in general.
Yes. I feel like in general, having a positive outlook on life just makes your life seem so much better and feel so much better. It's so easy to amplify whatever you focus on, whether it is focusing on the positive or focusing on the negative. So I think if you're going to focus on something, why not focus on something positive, something that makes you feel better, something that helps you to do better, something that helps you to see the better things that are going on within your own life. Um, you can try reading books, listening to music, whatever it is that keeps you positive, that keeps you going. For me, when I go for a workout, I love to listen to some good music, some music that keeps me upbeat and having fun and enjoying. So I just think whatever it is that keeps you feeling good, keeps you positive, keeps you pumped, keeps you hyped up, that's what you need to be doing.
Yes, I agree. I mean, just having good vibes, good energy at all times, just protecting that energy is important. And number three is we need to be willing to try new things sometimes.
I completely agree. Taking a risk, trying something new, it just helps us to grow. It helps us to become better. Like they say, no risk, no reward. So I just encourage you, ladies, take a risk, take a shot, take a chance. Maybe there's a project you've been wanting to work on. This is the time to take a risk. Maybe you've been wanting to try a new workout class or try some new foods to eat or try a new book or try to listen to audio instead of reading books because you don't have the time to read the book or you want to switch back to books. Trying something new always helps and it helps to build your confidence too because you were willing to take a risk, you were willing to try something new. So I'm just encouraging you to definitely try something new.
That's a good one. And number four is set and not just set, but work really hard to achieve your.
You do have those setbacks that come up. I encourage you guys to not give up. You know, me and Crystal were talking about the importance of finishing what you've started. And I
Yeah.
think, you know, one of the big things for me right now when I think of September coming up is finishing some of those things that I've started, making sure that I finish the things that I want to follow through on. And I'm really encouraging you guys to really, really dig deep and finish, even when there's obstacles that come up, when things aren't working the way that you would like them to work, you know, and sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you've set a goal, but you know, things come up and it's not quite working and you need to try something new, try a different way, you know, learn something new, maybe read a book, maybe try some new skills. So I'm just encouraging you not to be afraid to, you know, set those goals, you know, do what you have to do to accomplish them and do what you have to do to finish no matter what.
Yes, and the number 5 goes along with what we just talked about, and it's to have a positive body image. So go right, Andy. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think the positive body image that we have is so crucial. You know, seeing good within yourself, you know, exuding that confidence with who you are, taking care of yourself, making time for self-care, making time for you know, how you see yourself, maybe even, you know, for me, we learned in part two the importance of kind of posture, you know, kind of sitting up straight and like, you know, making sure that you look the person in the eye, being able to listen, you know, every once in a while this week, because I realized as a mom, I started slouching a lot when I breastfeed, and it's just easier. But now I'm trying to straighten up my back, and I realize I feel a little bit more confident when I'm walking with my back straight. And I'm just encouraging you guys to have that kind of positive, like body image that you see yourself in a good light. You know, if you don't see yourself in a good light, nobody else will. And you have to constantly like make sure that even if you're, you know, you're not always seeing yourself in a positive light, you can, you know, you can fix your posture. You can fix the way that you're walking or talking. And just the actual fixing of things, you feel more confident. So just encouraging you guys on that part, because I know it's a lot of work to physically sometimes do these things, but practice makes perfect, as they say. And it's not even about perfection, it's just about the practice, you know, whatever you're doing habit wise, you know, it starts to become something that you do all the time. So if you're constantly having a positive body image, it becomes automatic. You start to just positively see yourself.
That is so good. And the last one is to have good social skills.
Oh, I love this one, and this has definitely worked for me. So I'm going to be honest about the social skills. Look, I am a very shy person, and sometimes it takes me a little while to get comfortable in social settings. But over the years, I've become a little bit more aware of it, and it's definitely something I've worked on to kind of look people in the eye, really listen. I felt like that helped me to not feel anxious in the situation, is to actually listen to the conversation, hear what the person has to know. No matter what, even if you're shy or not shy, we are social creatures, and it's crucial that we spend time with others, whether it's on the phone, whether it's FaceTime. You know, now, you know, it's a little harder with COVID to actually sit down and spend as much time. But you know, those phone calls count too. Those conversations count. The text messages, you know, just letting people know that you think of them, working on those friendships and relationships, they all matter. So whatever we need to do to kind of grow in our social settings and to become even better and more confident, you know, we just keep doing it, and then it'll become easier and easier. As in my case, I feel like I'm not that super shy person anymore because I took the time to work on it. And I think whatever you're doing when it comes to confidence, you know, it's going to take a little bit of work, but the more you do it and the more consistent you are, the better things will get. We did a whole series on self-confidence because we think it's probably the most important trait that you can have out there. You know, I feel like it's hard to accomplish or do anything in life if you don't feel confident. And so we went into part one where we really dive deep into why you should take action if you want to be a more confident person. We went into part two and kind of just demystified the difference between confidence and self-esteem, and part three, which is the traits of a self-confident person. And we really want you guys to just check out the series. You know, each recording is not super long. I think almost every video that we record is under 10 minutes, but we try to just, put a lot of good information into each video so that you can learn a lot and understand a lot about what it takes to be your very best self. And we just want you to continue to grow, continue to empower yourself, continue to find ways to make your life the best life that you can have and be as content with your life as possible. I had one last final thought. It wasn't exactly planned, but I was thinking about someone who just passed away, Chadwick Boseman, who is an actor on Black Panther. And he kind of lived this life where he wasn't telling people in his final years that he had cancer, but he recorded a lot of amazing, movies of excellence during that time period. And he was really focused on being kind of the best version of himself. And when I think of what we are trying to do, while we're on this earth, is to kind of be this very best version of ourselves, and learning as much as you can and giving as much as you can from yourself, and trying to be as confident as you can be, whether that confidence is a quiet confidence or a loud confidence. I think it all matters and it all counts.